Attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon in New York City, and long lines outside Yankee Stadium as the fans were waiting for their Aaron Judge bobblehead. Now, it also is a bobblehead that commemorates all three most valuable players. It's a keepsake, and a lot of people are loving it today. Right now, it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the Yankees against the Reds in the middle game of a three-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Michael Kay. Yankees won 5-0 yesterday. We got the bulk of the runs in the second inning. Home runs by Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Ben Rice. I know that's what you're ordering for dinner tonight, Chisholm and Rice.
It might be in the menu, who knows? But you look back at last night, Jazz is starting to get things on here. He's starting to go deep. He's starting to have a little attitude with the bat flip, but it's good news. But this guy's been having it going on all year. Ben Rice, a 433-foot home run. Got to put the game out of reach the way Slitler was throwing the baseball.
All right, so Jazz has 6 home runs the last 18 games. He had 5 in the first 53 games this season. As for Ben Rice, he has a 6-game hitting streak, 320, 3 home runs, and 7 ribbies. This is a very important day on the Yes Network because we are doing the New York Yankees Grand Slam auction. It benefits the Yankee Foundation. It's now open. You could bid on unforgettable Yankees experiences and memorabilia. More coming up next on Yes.
Welcome back inside Yankee Stadium. Emmanuel Berbari with you. Yankee baseball on Yes, inching closer. And once again this year, the Yes Network partnering with the New York Yankees Foundation for their annual Grand Slam auction. Now, the auction helps support the foundation's efforts and work both locally and globally. Let's take a closer look.
The New York Yankees Foundation is the giving arm of the organization. The foundation is comprised of a committed group of Yankee officials, from ownership through senior executives and others throughout the organization. And we work on a consistent basis to seek out and develop initiatives that promote change in our neighboring communities. Through conversations with our neighbors, with that network of community partners, we're going to explore these crazy concepts, and we're going to shape them and roll them out, and then activate an outreach initiative that makes a difference in the lives of others. That commitment, that drive, that focus makes it so incredible to be a member of the Yankees organization. Foundation season is 365 days a year. And the focus, as far as our pillars, is education, economic development, addressing quality of life concerns throughout our surrounding community, and focusing on those health and wellness issues, the challenges that we face in our neighboring communities. We couldn't do it alone without the support of our committed network of neighbors and community-based organizations. Because of that network, we're able to position and roll out initiatives that create and drive change.
Throughout the broadcast today, we'll spotlight some of those items and experiences that are up for bid this year. Coming up next, Yankees and Reds, the middle game. It's lineups, it's first pitch, it's baseball right here on Yes.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Tunnel to Towers. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. By Nissan, hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. Yankees won the first game of the series 5-0 last evening. And the Yankees take the field for this Saturday afternoon matinee. Game 2 of this 3-game set. Let's take a look at the Reds starting lineup that will face Will Warren, Blake Dunn in center field, J.J. Bleday in left, Sal Stewart at third base will hit 30. Leads the team with 14 home runs and 47 ribbies this year. Nathaniel Lowe, the DH, Spencer Steer at first, Noel B. Marte at right. Bottom third of the order, Matt McClain, Jose Trevino, and Edwin Arroyo, the second baseman, will bat ninth. And they're going to face Will Warren. Warren 7-1 with a 3.47 ERA. The numbers are very good. Now let's check out the Nissan Pictures scouting report.
Well, I would call him a team player, Michael, and the reason is the Yankees are 12-2 in Will Warren starts this year, which is the best winning percentage of any starter in the American League. And good matchup, yeah, the Reds, 24.8% strikeout rate against right-handed pitching is the highest in baseball, so that should suit him. And when there's a will, there's a way. His 11 out of 14 starts, 2 earned runs or fewer, is third in the American League. And I bet you know who leads that league with 13. That would be the guy we saw last night, Cam Schlittler.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Warren. It's brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, and we'll zoom in on the left fielder, Jose Caballero. He's our Car Shield defensive player profile. Just his 5th career start in left field. 3rd this season, though. He plays all over and does a representative job, and a very valuable piece for the Yankees, as Aaron Boone could use him anyway. It's kind of like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, and you know, it's really what the game has come to. You need guys like that that can play several positions to fill in times like this.
Now that's coming at 35 and 39. Blake Dunn digs in. He's ready. Warren's ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch outside, we're underway. Home plate umpire is the crew chief, Laz Diaz. Nick Lentz at first, Brian O'Nora at second, and Chris Siegel is over at third. The entire field at the stadium bathed in sunlight. A gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Let's check out Laz Diaz, the umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's considered pitcher friendly. 73 calls have been challenged, 41 overturned. More outside strikes are called. 1-1. Foul back, 1-2. In that. Dunn down looking.
And that happens a lot. Will Warren does this more than any pitcher in baseball. Strike 3 without a swing, and you saw that sinker. Perfect movement. Started off the outside corner. See those seams going, bringing it back to the outside. What a pitch.
There's J.J. Burdett. And a strike. So Warren filling up the zone. Yankees starting rotation. Aaron Boone called it the backbone of the team today. They have a 3.23 ERA. That's second best in baseball. Only the Dodgers better at 3.13. Pulled the string. 0-2.
Yeah, first changeup of the day. And back to that rotation, Michael. It seems to be getting better and better. I mean, Schlittler is himself. Warren has been tremendous. And then you've got Rodon and Cole that are getting better and better, and you got Fried, you know, in the mirror coming back too.
The 0-2.
This is a pitch that Will Warren really specifically learned to get out left-handed hitters. You know, his natural movement on his four-seamers actually got a cut to it, and he has a good two-seamer that you'll probably see right here on that inside corner, strike 3. But he uses a changeup too when he doesn't use that two-seamer.
Let's cook it up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. The rotation is 27 and 18. That's tied for second in the majors. ERA is second. Opponent's average against is third. Opponent's slugging is first.
Mike, we're not blowing this out of proportion. I mean, if you look at it, and Cole continues to be Cole, Schlittler continues to be himself. You got Fried coming back, Rodon. Then you're probably going to move a couple of those guys to the bullpen. All of a sudden, this pitching staff is going to be second to none in the major leagues, huh?
It's been amazing, and no, whatever bullpen issues you might have could be solved from within. Let's say you move Ryan Weathers, who has pitched great in the rotation, but his stuff might translate very well to the bullpen. And then in August, you're going to get Clark Schmidt back too. So it's almost an embarrassment of riches. And when you don't have Judge, and you don't have Stanton, and you don't have Grisham, and you're still able to win, a lot of it is on the pitcher.
Oh, I mean, this starting pitching on paper is going to keep you in the game day in and day out. And that's, you know, as a player, that's all you want is to go out there knowing you have a chance to win every day.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. What an opening for Will Warren. He strikes out the side. So the Reds don't score, and the New York Yankees are coming to bat. Will Warren put on a show there in the top of the first inning. Now the Yankees will take their turn against Andrew Abbott, and they'll do it in this order. Ben Rice, 21 home runs this season, leads off. Ahmed Rosario at third. Paul Goldschmidt, the DH. Cleaning up, Cody Bellinger, Jason Dominguez in right field. Jose Caballero, we told you he's in left. And the bottom third of the order is Chisholm, Volpe, and Sanchez. And on the mound, the left-hander, Andrew Abbott. This will be his 16th start, 4-4. 3.95. You see the numbers. Too many walks, obviously. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
With those walks, though, it's been a complete turnaround. 2.47 in his last 9 starts. Got up to a horrible start this year. That's 6.59 in his first 6. But with that turnaround, he's kind of back to himself. Remember, he was an all-star last year. 2.87 ERA for the year, which is tremendous in Cincinnati. Bad matchup. Well, Will Warren, we said, was a good matchup. It's a bad matchup. The Yankees, they've been great against lefties. They're 15 out of their last 18 starts. The Yankees have won against left-handed starters.
Ben Rice takes a strike.
When you start getting numbers like that, 15 out of your last 18 wins against, that's not a coincidence. That's starting to show that your lefties hit lefties and your righties kill lefties.
Foul back. Let's check out the defense. Brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Bleudet, Dunn, and Marte left to right. McLean plays a pretty slick shortstop, filling in for Ellie De La Cruz. And the former Yankee All-Star, Jose Trevino, behind the plate. That one just missed. Abbott, the opening day starter for the Reds. And Paul mentioned a rough first month, but last 9 games, 2.47 ERA. And he was an all-star last year with a 2.87 ERA, 29 starts, finished 8th in the Cy Young vote. Popped up, Stewart battling the sun in foul territory, puts it away. Play FanDuel's daily dingle for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Rosario is plus 500, Volpe is plus 600.
I know, Michael. Rosario takes care of lefties pretty well. You never know.
Here we go. .294 lifetime hitter against left-handed pitching. Not too bad against righties, .263. But he has an OPS of 796 against left-handed pitching. Ground ball to third, Stewart. 2 outs. Check out the leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. This is on Andrew Abbott. So for WAR, National League pitcher since last season, Abbott's at 6.8. Sanchez of the Phillies leads, then Skeens, Wheeler, Yamamoto, and Abbott. That's pretty good top 5 to be involved with. Here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt had his 10-game hitting streak snapped in yesterday's game. Numbers are still very good. And he's 3rd in baseball with a .394 batting average against left-handed pitching.
He got down his Mendoza. He got below his Mendoza line. His Mendoza line against lefties was 400. He was over 400 for a while. I mean, it's very hard to continue, obviously, but he just has great at-bats against lefties.
Now, you might wonder who's 1 and 2. Otto Lopez of the Marlins hits .458 against lefties, and Corbin Carroll of Arizona hits .398.
Who is he's a lefty.
So today's Aaron Judge bobblehead day. Last Saturday was Andrew Abbott bobblehead day in Cincinnati. The 2-2. Driven out to right center field and deep. Marte back, turning, looking, see ya. A home run for goal. Goldschmidt, his 12th of the year, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Paul Goldschmidt, he's had an amazing year, and it just keeps getting better. His 12th of the year, and you always think, you know what? Remember what he was. Well, you're seeing what he is, and he has had a tremendous year for the Yankees, especially with the injuries. You couldn't have picked a better time to be yourself.
Just an amazing run for Goldschmidt. Last 20 games before that home run, hitting .337. And a strike.
You know, his approach is always the other way, and he's quick enough most of the time to get to the ball inside, which really doesn't give you a hole as a pitcher. And if you miss it all, now that he can reach the seats in right field in Yankee Stadium, he is even better.
So last year, all of last year, he had 10 home runs. He's at 12 already. At the age of 38. His ascension, or getting back to what he was, has lessened the blow of losing Stanton.
You know, you've got a 1-2 punch, because you've got Goldschmidt from the right side, you've got Rice from the left side, so and you've got Bellinger, who takes care of both. So it's really a good mix right now. It's a fun team to watch, the way the Yankees are playing.
Go to the second. We take a look at the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay.
Yeah, let's hit the motion and the movement of those two-seam fastballs, and then finish this off with a slight cutter, which is his four-seam fastball. So it's two separate pitches, same velocity, and obviously Will Warren very deceptive with all the strikeouts without a swing.
Well, they have a pitch clock violation right at the start on Will Warren, so he's going to start this with a 1-0 count. Here's Nathaniel Lowe. Hit sharply and past a diving Rice and down into the corner. Playing out there is Dominguez. He bobbles the ball, but Lowe's going to stop at second with a double.
Well, this is a breaking ball, and the breaking ball is going to take enough speed on to allow Lowe to get the head of the bat out. And, you know, not bad location. It's just they haven't shown that they can hit your fastball yet. Is the only question you have is, you know, leading off with a breaking ball gives him an opportunity to turn on one. Like a hot potato out there, man. Threw it into Jazz. He couldn't handle it, but Lowe's only at second.
Here Spencer Steer takes a strike. Steer 2 for his last 40. That's over 13 games. That'll keep you up at night.
That's bad memories, Michael. You brought that up. You know, those slumps will keep you up at night. Remember times you went to bed and you get up in the middle of the night and you think it's over, and then you wake up, it's still there.
One and one on Steer. Playing first base for the Reds and batting fifth. Lowe's at second. Showing bunt. 2-1. Cincinnati has lost 10 of its last 14 of 20. They started the season well. At the end of April, they were 20-11, but since then, 15-28. They don't play well against teams over 500. They're 13-28. There's a ground ball. Volpe. And Lowe stays put at second. A rising star, premium seats, and an unforgettable night at Yankee Stadium. And it doesn't stop there. Enter the Grand Slam sweepstakes for a chance to win a Cam Schlittler autographed jersey and baseball, as well as 4 field-level tickets to see the Yankees battle the Houston Astros. We'll be giving you these great items and asking you to bid on them throughout the game, and they are really tremendous items.
Well, you look at that, and what an opportunity. You know, it's almost like buying a rookie card, and then the guy becomes a great player because Cam Slither, the things he's doing right now, if you get a hold of this now, who knows where it's going to be in 10 years if he continues to throw the ball the way he is.
The 0-1 to Marte. There's a strike. The 0-2. Strike three. Another called strike three.
It is amazing. Another two-seamer and a good one, but there must be some kind of deception where hitters just don't pick it up. Because, you know, it's 95. That's good velocity, but it's not 100, which you're used to seeing.
There's Matt McClain. Matt moved from second to shortstop when Ellie De La Cruz got hurt. De La Cruz missing his 17th straight game with a right hamstring strain. But he started a rehab assignment at AAA Louisville last night, hit a home run.
Well, I've talked to a few guys in the Reds organization, and it's just they're not the same lineup with De La Cruz in the middle. I mean, he adds a switch hitter, power, speed. He's pretty dynamic, and you know, you take that away from this lineup unless you see the numbers, win and loss wise.
Pop Fallon out of play. Yankees lead 1-0 on the first inning. Goldschmidt home run the other way.
It's been 3 consecutive four-seam fastballs, so you could bury that two-seamer in on his hands, or you go to the breaking ball, which he threw to low, but is a much more effective pitch to a righty.
Do you feel like you have company right now, Paul?
Company?
Yeah, because Paul Goldschmidt with that home run picked up his 1,269th career RBI, and that ties him with you for 116th place all time.
Well,
and as you said yesterday, you're not getting any more.
No, days are done. Old Timers Day. I don't get credit.
No. Didn't you pull something last Old Timers Day?
That was a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Little calf muscle. I got a flag on the golf cart the next day because they'd watched the game. Mariano got hurt last year, though.
Yes.
Achilles. I mean, that was a real injury.
Popped up. See if it stays in play for Rice. Nope. It's in the seats. Leadoff double by Lowe. They're trying to strand him there. Now 2 outs.
Well, the scouting report on McClain must be a fastball because he's had just fastball after fastball in this count, and he's never tried to put him away with that breaking ball yet.
Will be the 8th pitch coming up. Popped up.
There's a breaking ball, Michael.
And there's the 3rd out as Rice puts it away. So the leadoff double is wasted. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Have you always thought about giving Rayo's a try? Well, we know a guy. Yeah, we know a guy enjoying an unforgettable dining experience at one of America's most historic and exclusive restaurants with a reservation for 8 guests on Wednesday, September 30th at 6:30 p.m. This is a great
You know what?
item.
I might even bid on that. I mean, I haven't been to Rails. You can't get in the place.
You've never been there?
I have not. The closest I got to them, I buy their sauce in the grocery store. That's about the closest I've been. I hear great things about it. I think it's the coolest place in the world. So if you get that, send me a text, Michael, and I'll join you. How's that?
So if somebody gets the eight people reservation, they could get Paul O'Neill with them?
Yeah, they could maybe throw a chair at the bottom of the table, right?
Nice. I have been lucky enough to go there twice. It's a great experience, and the food is awesome. I can't believe Paul O'Neill, who loves to eat, has never been there.
I have. It's in Harlem, right?
Yeah.
I'm outside the city. I don't get around that much, but yeah, I've heard great things about it.
Dominguez pops it up. He's going to get it. Arroyo does. It's so weird watching Abbott on the mound. He's wearing number 41.
Yeah.
That's Tom Seaver's number.
It is. You can't help but think about 1978 is no hitter in a Reds uniform with the number 41 on.
One and 0 on Caballero. You know, we talk about a closed stance for a batter. You could see that Abbott has a closed stance for a pitcher, and he changed it the way he was because his breaking ball was flat, and he kind of closed himself off and had more deception to the breaking ball. He's been much more effective.
Yeah, it's really, really effective to lefties. I can remember guys with the closed stance. They turn their back to you, and you really don't pick up the ball till late. And if you pick it up late, believe me, it just makes the time. You just don't have a lot of time to decide.
Three and one. And there's a walk to Caballero. He has 15 stolen bases. Let's take a look at his arsenal on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Yeah, I mean, he has a four-seamer and a curveball changeup. He'll use a lot of different things. And again, it's about deception, kind of a closed stance, as you said, Michael. But that's what you're featuring right there.
Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. And a strike.
Yeah, that's a breaking ball you're talking about. And I mean, that's not a short little breaking ball. That's a big breaking ball. As a lefty, it's coming right at you and ending up on the outside corner. Mattingly used to tell me, you know, if I wanted to hit a lefty with a good curveball, I'd look for the one right at me, because that was the one that would end up over the middle of the plate. I'm like, Cap, if it's coming at me, I'm getting out of the way. He's like, nope, you got to know that it's breaking. And I said, all right, well, take your word for it. Next time up, you know, you get drilled. You know, what the heck?
That must be so tough because you have to make that decision in less than a second.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's deception. The spin of the ball obviously is going to break it, but every once in a while, if they hang it and you stay in there, yeah, there's nowhere to go. But you see hitters buckle. You know, it's always a word to use it, and it's because that ball's right at you. You kind of flinch, and then you know it breaks, and you can't make it up.
Runner goes. Swung on. Ball mishandled by Trevino, so a stolen base for Caballero. So Jazz Chisholm strikes out. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing.
Well, it's so good to see the Yankees using their speed. Now, what, 72 on the year, which leads the American League, along with 110 or 111 home runs now with Goldschmidt, which leads baseball. So you've got speed and power. That's a good mix.
Pitch to Volpe is up and away. Anthony's been hot last 6 games, 9 for 16.
Caballero is very good at getting that walking lead towards second base, which is so important as a base stealer.
One and one.
Volpe's such good swings yesterday. Everything was level, looking like he was just trying to hit line drives. And you know, it's a very tough thing in this era of baseball where they want home runs, but he is just a better hitter when he tries to hit line drives.
One and two.
You know, if you watch his swings last night, Michael, nice, short, compact, level. You watch these first 2 swings today, a little under the ball, looking like, you know, you're seeing a lefty a little better. You want to try to start pulling the ball. You really got to fight that habit.
Pickoff. Just got in. Throw beat him. Arroyo is pointing toward the Reds dugout to challenge.
Yeah, this is what happens when you get that little hop step. Sometimes you get too far off the base, and we've seen him get picked up a few times, but he has a lot of confidence in himself, and I think he's out there.
Yep. All right, so it will be challenged by Terry Francona. You can see he gets tagged before the mitt gets to the bag. Crowd groans because they just saw it on the big board. Andrew Abbott's walking off the mound. He doesn't even want to hear it officially.
It needs a longer mitt. If you're going to get that far off, you just add a couple inches on that mitt, right?
And Anthony Volpe's walking away from home plate. He knows what the call is going to be. That's an out.
You got to think there's certain times, you know, you want to get a good secondary lead, but you know, with 2 outs, you're going to score on a base hit with that type of speed anyway. You really don't need to steal third base.
It's been overturned. The runner's out. Cincinnati retains the challenge.
Well, the challenge is successful, and that'll do it for the 7th inning. We go to the 3rd, 1-0 Yankees. Time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And today's picture is of Lila, who's celebrating her 13th birthday today. Happy birthday, Lila. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. And mention yes to pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. I'm curious that Caballero would get picked off of second base. You don't ever make the 3rd out at 3rd, and you're in scoring position already, so just being a little too aggressive there. Jose Trevino will lead it off. Foul ball. Well, Jose Caballero, because he is aggressive, gets picked off. He's picked off for the 5th time this season, and only Lawrence Butler of the Athletics has been picked off more, 6.
Well, there's certain times. I mean, if you're on first base with 2 outs and you get picked off, you know, you can live with that because you're being aggressive. But there's certain times where, with his speed, a base hit from Volpe, he's going to score anyway. I mean, the only advantage you see there is if you steal third base easily, maybe on a wild pitch or a wild throw to third base. But just too many things that can happen negative where you just get a good secondary lead and hope that Volpe brings you in.
The 0-2. Lined right at Jazz. 1 away.
Well, ball off the bat looked like it was hit well. Must have got in on a little bit. Had kind of a humpback liner to Jazz. Again, with that 1-run lead, it's so important that Warren, he can continue to throw zeros up. This offense will break through for him against Abbott, who's been very good as of late.
Arroyo hits one to right field. It's a base hit. Dominguez cuts over. Arroyo's going for 2. The throw is not in time. So the 22-year-old gets himself a double with 1 out.
Well, we've talked about Arroyo. He came over from the big Seattle trade when they got rid of Castillo. He and Marte, and they expect big things out of him that really have not happened yet. Came into the game hitting 190, but good speed, catches the ball. We just hope that his hitting catches up.
Numbers only tell a part of the story. So Terry Francona,
Catcher's challenge the ball call.
That's going to be challenged. It's called a ball, but Sanchez challenges, and he loses the challenge. And that ABS is powered by T-Mobile. And Terry Francona said, I'm not concerned he's hitting 190 because he doesn't seem overwhelmed. So that's where the eye test comes into play and supersedes the numbers. He said if he looked overwhelmed, it'd be a different story.
The body language means a lot, Michael, and you can tell when guys believe that they can hit and they're not hitting. They still have that attitude where you get your head down and start moping around. You look like you're lost. Then they might make a different decision.
So we just saw the ABS challenge come into play, and the Yankees have 1 left. Each team gets 2 a game, and you keep retaining it if you're right. And I was talking to your former manager, Buck Showalter, the other day, asking if he liked it. He said he loves it. And he almost repeated what you said. He said, it removes vendettas.
Yes.
He said, because I could tell you, if we had a difficult time with a crew, and then the crew left, they would tell the next crew, and then they would stick it to you. He goes, now the ABS is insurance that nobody could stick it to you because you've got the last word with the challenge.
Yeah, and it's not the ones that they just miss. It was the blatant calls, right? Where 6 inches outside, and they punch you out and then walk away, just knowing that they could. That was the total. As frustrating as you could get as a hitter.
Blake Dunn works a walk. Oh, say, can you see yourself in forefront standing tall on the field at Yankee Stadium alongside your favorite New York Yankees for the singing of the national anthem prior to a game against the Mets on September 13th for the iconic Subway Series rivalry? How do you bid on these? You see the little QR code there on the right? Hit that up. That's how you do it. We'll keep coming with these items throughout the game, so stay tuned. First and second, 1 man out. Here's J.J. Bleday.
I'm still hanging on Rayos at this point. Huh?
No, you can stretch out those alligator arms and bid for it yourself if you like.
If I hit the call button here, does that work?
There's the strike. 1-1. Maybe if you bring the whole O'Neill crew with all the grandchildren, 8's not enough.
I don't think that restaurant's big enough for the whole crew.
It's a small restaurant, yeah.
And they better have high chairs and places to rack strollers.
2-1.
And see, this is, you talked that they enforced this the other day in Toronto. This is something the pitchers have really learned to do when they want a little more break. They just turn their back after the pitch and kind of walk away, which, that adds up over the game. 3 or 4 seconds extra every time.
That one is looped into right field, coming on Dominguez, and he makes the play. Fires to second. No, he actually threw it to third. He had the double play if he fired to second. But 2 outs nonetheless.
Yeah, the good part of this play is he made a tremendous shoestring catch, and this ball was jammed. And as an outfielder, immediately, he got a good jump on that ball, so he makes the play. Strong as his arm out, yeah, he was out at second base. But by making the first play, he gives Warren an opportunity to get out of that. So a good play by Dominguez to keep them off the board. Yeah, again, I mean, he is still learning. You can't just judge every single thing he does. I mean, the first part of that play, great jump, make the play, don't give them an easy run, and then second of all, kind of figure out what's going on the field before you just heave it to third.
Count 1-0 on Sal Stewart. That one's driven deep to left field. Going back, Caballero, and it's going to be off the base of the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Dunn. He will score. It is a 2-run double for Sal Stewart, and the Reds have taken a 2-1 lead.
Well, off the bat, you thought this ball was in the stand, so that's the good news. It stayed in the ballpark. Bad news is it's a big 2-out hit, and the Reds are on the board with 2. You see, that four-seamer really had no movement, just straight, no cut, no sink, anything off the bottom of the wall.
Having a pretty good rookie year, 49 ribbies for Stewart.
Yeah, leading the team. I mean, one of the guys that, you know, they're trying to build. I mean, they're trying to just stay in this thing. They'll get De La Cruz back soon. Their starting pitching has been okay, and you know, in Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, if you can stay in the games, you're going to win a lot, just because it's an easy ballpark to score runs.
Well, Stewart right now is on pace for 102 ribbies, and that would break the rookie record for the Reds organization. It's set by Jim Greengrass, who had 100 in 1953. So Stewart could end at 102.
Jim Greengrass, we're going back a ways.
Yeah.
And that's opposed to across the river in Ohio, Kentucky bluegrass.
Yes.
Greengrass.
Greengrass, yep. And his 14 home runs, that's second most in Reds history before the All-Star game. Number 1, Frank Robinson with 18 in 1956. Strike 3. Called strike 3, and that'll do it. But the Reds scored 2. It's time for a little segment that we call How About That? It's on Sal Stewart. Favorite musical artist is melodic rapper Rod Wave. Gunner and NBA Youngboy also in his rotation. He dropped 26 pounds before the 2026 season to improve his mobility and athleticism, and he trains 5 days a week in the offseason with Manny Machado, mimicking his rigorous workout routine. So he's tight with Manny and Yonder Alonso. And I believe that Manny's married to Yonder Alonso's sister. So Anthony Volpe was up when Caballero got picked off of second, so he gets a fresh count, leads off here in the bottom of the third. 2-1 Cincinnati. 2-0.
It's always nice, Michael, you know, somebody gets caught stealing or whatever, you're at the plate and you've had some pitches and then you lead off the net. It's like a free scouting report. You've checked out a few pitches, the delivery, now you get to go up there again.
And Anthony Volpe's going to challenge that. Yankees don't have one challenge
Batter's
left.
challenging the strike call.
Wow, the Yankees don't have a challenge left now. That was a curious one. Obviously 3-1, much better count for a hitter than 2-2, but we're in the third inning. Now the Yankees are out of challenges.
I'm trying to put my mind in that. You know, if you challenge at the plate and it doesn't go your way, I mean, do you step in there thinking, you know, I just screwed up here?
You must, right?
You would think.
Actually, I stand corrected. Volpe won that challenge because it was called the ball, so I stand corrected. I apologize. They still have one challenge remaining, so a good challenge by him. And that is ball 4. So Volpe works a walk. You can see Trevino was thinking about challenging and didn't.
Yeah, I was wondering what Volpe was looking back at, and I think he was concerned if that Trevino might challenge. Or I thought he might have thrown the bat, but he threw his bat to the side.
That's a deke right there, a deke challenge.
He keeps looking back.
Volpe with 5 stolen bases. And he goes. Pitches high. Throw to second. Stolen base for Volpe as the ball gets away from Arroyo.
Well, again, they're going to use their speed, and Cincinnati has given up more stolen bases than anybody in baseball this year. So that's definitely in the pregame scouting report. When in doubt, got an opportunity to try to take the base. You know, this ball doesn't hit Volpe. See, by sliding and popping up, he's facing the outfield. He can read where that ball goes. That ball goes in the outfield. He jogs to third.
Now the Reds are going to go out and check on Arroyo. By the way, Abbott's now allowed 15 stolen bases, tied for the most in the majors. And it looks like Arroyo might have tweaked his knee or his ankle.
Ouch. Michael, if we did that, they'd be pulling the stretcher out, you know that?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes. So as they're checking on Arroyo, let's check on the standing with Austin Wells, who's down on a rehab assignment in the minors for the Yankees, and Emmanuel Barberi has more.
Hey guys, last night Austin Wells pregame, he was playing in Columbus with AAA Scranton. All went well there, so Aaron Boone saying pregame today, he'll likely be in the lineup tomorrow, not just back, but in the Yankee lineup. So when we all show up, Austin Wells will be back with the big league club, checked all the boxes, no longer lingering with the cervical headaches. He's ready to go. He'll be back up here tomorrow.
And that's today's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Now, if you're either Ali Sanchez or J.C. Escarra, you've got to be worried. I mean, one of them is going down.
Well, Escarra was sent down when, and then they brought him right back up, and Diaz was called up. So you're kind of wondering, do you stick with the platoon thing, lefty-righty, or you go back to where you were on opening day with 2 left-handed catchers?
Volpe dancing off second. And Ali Sanchez loops one, and it's caught by Arroyo for out number 1. When you're on the fringes of the roster, that must be tough.
Horrible. And most young guys, unless you come up a superstar, most young guys are on the fringe. And if you get off to a horrible start, then you've got to take that gauntlet walk to the manager's office, finding out you're going back to AAA.
There's Ben Rice. Foul ball.
It's really the first breaking ball I've seen Abbott hang, and that ball stayed in the strike zone. You see what a good swing Rice had it, because it didn't get to the outside part of the plate.
Now, if you want to know the value of a challenge, Paul, this is the big swing in Volpe's challenge. So if he had lost that and it was a 2-2 count, Major League on-base percentage this season with a 2-2 count is .294. After a 3-1 count, it goes to .611. So that's a big jump.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. He gets Rice. 2 away.
Well, Abbott made one good breaking ball there. The first 2 they threw were not great. They were both fouled off, but this is a good one off the plate away. That's got a big break to it.
One on Rosario, grounded to third in the first. Volpe at second. Ground ball, Arroyo. So Abbott works out of trouble. Works around the leadoff walk. Yankee strand 1 will go to the 4th. Well, calling all future aces, this is your chance to deliver the game ball to the mound at Yankee Stadium prior to a game against the reigning World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers. That's on July 19th. You'll also receive 4 tickets to see the latest chapter of this classic rivalry. Pretty cool for a kid between the ages of 5 and 12.
Yeah, you're just thinking, who's going to pitch that? Maybe Schlittler, Cole. You get to walk out, give him the ball. Maybe Ohtani's leading off. I mean, it'd be a pretty cool thing.
Absolutely. Spencer Steer takes a strike. So a 2-run double by Sal Stewart in the third has given the Reds a 2-1 lead. That's where we stand, top of the 4th inning. Breaking ball caught the outside corner, 0-2.
Yeah, you see that breaking ball, and it's got a great break on it, don't get me wrong, but it's much more effective to the righty. So you see the kind of the flinch there, where lefties you saw low earlier, it fools you to the point where you can see it, and if it's not in off the plate, you're able to hit it from the left side.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 6 Yankee strikeout brought to you by your local Tri-State Audi dealers.
Oh, he's had good stuff. Great fastball, great 2-seamer. This is the 4-seamer. It's got just a little bit of cut to it away. Will Warren, you can't figure out on the monitor what it is with his deception and the spin. It's probably a little bit to the side. But he's got great carry on his fastball.
Marte hits one to left field and deep. Caballero on the run. Will play it off the wall. Plays it barehanded. Fires into second. But Marte has himself a double.
Well, Marte running out of the box because Caballero got a really good carom off the wall and just heaved it to second. That's the sweeper that does not have a lot of break. Just kind of sits there. Allows him to just hook it down the line off the top of the wall, but stayed in the ballpark.
Pretty close to leaving. But he was not seduced by posing and looking. If he was, he wouldn't have gotten the double. Matt McClain fouled away. How close was it? What would you say? 6 inches?
Yeah.
If he hit a little bit more to the right, it could have dotted the eye on Montefiore.
It's funny, a lot of times in the outfield, you'll run back to get the ball. You know it hit the wall. You're looking at, where you're going to play it off the wall. And then you go back to your position and you look up there and figure out, there it is, where the mark was. How close was it? Was it middle of the wall, top of the wall? Well, that tells you, because that mark will stay there for a while throughout the game.
Strike 3, another called 3rd strike, 7th strikeout for Warren.
Yeah, most of these called strikes are the 2-seamer, because see, it starts outside and just runs back. Just a perfect pitcher's pitch right on the outside corner.
Trevino takes a strike.
Well, there's days, and when you watch Warren, it's his 4-seamer with the little cut that's really getting him through the game. Today, it seems to be that 2-seamer. Is it wearing that out?
Ground ball, second base. Jazz against Trevino, and they pitch around the double as we go to the bottom of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Paul Goldschmidt leads off, and now it's time for mobile performance.
Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt in the 1st inning. Shot to right center field, ball away. I mean, it's just picture hitting. Don't try to do anything other than what the pitcher gives you.
So 384 career home runs, one behind Evans and Judge. Great career with the Cardinals, Diamondbacks, and now the Yankees. And Paul Goldschmidt returned to the Yankees. He had a lot of options, and he also could have retired at the age of 38. But he loved being around this team. He loved the clubhouse vibe, and it took less money to play for the Yankees than he could have gotten in other places. Ground ball up the middle. McLean fields and gets Goldschmidt. And he's one of the leaders in that clubhouse. You've got Judge, you've got Stanton, and Goldschmidt's one of the wise heads. Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Cody Bellinger's at the plate. If he hits one or more home runs, it's plus 350. Way inside. He struck out in the first inning against Abbott. Two and 0. Bellinger this year against left-handed pitching, hitting .284. But since last season, he's in the mid-300s against left-handers. A little trouble with that breaking ball from Abbott.
Every once in a while you see Cody Bellinger sitting on a pitch inside, and then now with 2 strikes, a little more upright, and try to stay in there more and try to poke it to left.
Strike 3. Bellinger down looking. Will help deliver the lineup card to home plate. One child, age 5 to 12 years old, will do the honors prior to a game against the Boston Red Sox on August 28th. The package includes 4 tickets. Hit that QR code there on the right. There's Jason Dominguez. Yankees actually drafted Andrew Abbott. They had drafted him in the 36th round in 2017 out of high school, but he chose to attend the University of Virginia. And they end up going to the 2nd round of the Reds in 2021. He's a pretty smart fellow, though. Graduated in 3 years with a biology degree, and then just because for fun, he added a master's degree in psychology.
You need that in a baseball sometimes to talk to your teammates. You know that?
Chop up the middle. And I'm going to say catcher's interference. So Dominguez will reach base on the catcher's interference.
Yeah, you knew when Dominguez did not run that something happened. It was kind of an odd swing. Obviously hit the catcher's mitt.
Catchers want to get so close to steal that strike, and sometimes it backfires, and it did that time on Trevino.
You see he reached to get the ball so you can frame it, and as he swings, the barrel just catches the webbing of that glove.
Two-1 Reds from the bottom of the 4th. Yankees have just 1 hit against Abbott, the home run by Goldschmidt with 2 outs in the 1st. Runner goes. Pitches high, throw to second. Goes into center field, stolen base for Dominguez. Yankees know they could run on Abbott, and they're running every chance.
Well, that's one thing that you were really surprised last year when Dominguez showed when he was running just how quick he is. And with his build, you don't see the, but he is explosive. catches it, but that's the one thing right there that you go in head first. The ball ends up in center field. You can't pick it up and go on. Yankees doing a good job of putting the running in motion today against Abbott.
Fouled away.
It just seems like another stolen base, but with 2 outs, it just gives Caballero an opportunity to somehow get you in with just a single.
Popped up behind the plate, not a play. Time is called. Count full on Caballero. He walked in the second inning, stole a bag, and then was picked off of second base with 2 outs. Foul back. And he waved at that pitch in the dirt. Tagged out by Trevino, and that'll do it. So the Yankees strand a runner at second. We go to the 5th. They take the field and break into the field by spending the day behind the scenes as a New York Yankees intern. From business to baseball ops, hospitality to sales. Learn about the departments that work together to build the Yankees brand you know and love. After your long day at work, enjoy lunch at the Hard Rock Cafe. Then head down to the field to watch batting practice. Pretty cool. We go to the 5th inning, 2-1 the Reds. Edwin Arroyo will lead off. Pitch low and inside, 1-0. Edwin doubled and scored his first time up. One and one. This is a special day for one part of the Boone family. So on this day in 1997, Aaron Boone was called up. Ground ball Volpe. And the ball not handled by Rice. And that allows Arroyo to reach.
It looked like Rice just got caught in between whether to catch it or backhand it. I mean, it's not a perfect throw, but it's very catchable over there. It just didn't work out. But again, anytime you lead off an inning with an easy out and it ends up being you got a runner on first, it just puts more pressure on Will Warren.
Waiting to see how that's going to be called. It's got to be an error on somebody. I guess they're trying to decide between Volpe and Rice. It wasn't a terrible throw. Anyway, to finish the point up, they're going to give the error to Volpe. That's a tough one. That's got to be caught.
Yeah, it's either you bring it back and short hop it, or you reach a little bit and catch it on a fly, and he kind of got caught in the middle.
Let's see if they can erase it with a double play. There's one. Not in time. Dunn is one of the fastest runners in the game, and he beat out the double play.
You talk about a tailor-made double play. That really shows you his speed. I mean, everything was done right. He just outran the baseball. Wow. So, Michael, I'm on the edge of my seat here. So Aaron Boone gets called up to the major leagues
on this day in 1997, and he makes his major league debut against the Cardinals in St. Louis. That one's driven to right field. They don't want this story to be told. Cutting over is Dominguez, cuts the ball off before it gets to the wall, and it's going to be a double for Blade as Dunn stops at third.
Well, again, breaking ball to the left is kind of dangerous if you don't throw him correctly. That ball stays out over the plate, but Dominguez here cuts it off. But this is where you have to know before the play. Down the line, I'm going home. Because if Dunn is wheeled home there, he probably scores. That ball can't go to second base there. Needs to go to the cutoff man to make sure Dunn does not score.
And he's still learning out there in right field, because if you take a look at the inning where the Reds scored the 2 runs, the inning's over if he throws to second base and doubles him up on the Blade ball that he caught in shallow right field. Instead, he threw to third base. If he threw to second, he had him doubled off. That was the end of the inning.
Now, if you watch this, all right, in your head right now, you're going to the ball. You know there's a man on first with speed, so you're going to go to Jazz right here, not to second base. If that was fumbled at all, or they wheel him home, he's going to score.
Yankees have to bring the infield in for Sal Stewart. He drove in 2 runs in the third inning. He has 49 ribbies on the season. Great speed at third base. Oh, 0-1. Anyway, long story short, Boone gets called up.
Short story long. Let's just turn that around.
Boone gets called up, and it was his brother, Brett, who got sent down so that he could get called up.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, is the family happy? Are they upset?
Like, pass each other in the airport or what?
That's tough.
Well, yeah, I guess you figure Aaron's getting his opportunity, and Brett, maybe you'll go down and get your stuff right and get called back up, and then we'll both be in the big leagues.
It's the way it worked out.
Yeah.
1-2 on Stewart. Obviously, Warren, be a good time for a strikeout for him. And Stewart calls time. Frankly, the whole story falls short now that yet it's so long to tell it.
Well, you know what? It makes you think where we were going with it.
That one is ripped to left field. Caballero makes the catch. He's going to come home with the throw, but Dunn has too much speed. Slides in, sac fly for Stewart, and it's 3-1 Reds.
Concentrating on the free.
And there he is.
Didn't he get thrown out of that game?
Yeah, he got thrown out of the game.
Lenny here. Yeah, he got thrown out here to play at the plate. That's right.
And there you're gone. Well, you know what? It was a portent of things to come.
That was Gary Darling, who I can cringe when I even say his name.
Wow.
He kicked me out of a game in the dugout one time. I wasn't even playing. I'm like, what did I do?
What did you do?
Somebody was talking over there. It's just assumed it was me.
Good assumption.
Yeah, well, we didn't have the APG whatever challenge back then, or I would have challenged the call. I didn't even say anything.
They've changed the era, Paul, taking it away from Volpe and giving it to Rice, which is the right call.
Yeah, I think if you ask Rice, you know, that's my play, not Volpe's. But when you look at the scoreboard, it cost him a run.
Yep. 2-1 on Nathaniel Lowe. Three and 1. 70 pitches for Warren. 2 outs here in the 5th. Throwing pitches that he would not have to throw if the error was not made. And there wouldn't be a 3rd run. And there's a walk to Lowe. And then here comes Matt Blake to give Warren some time. So I don't know if you saw this note yesterday, Paul, but on yesterday's date, 1942, right?
All right.
Joe DiMaggio struck out 3 times. And that was against Mel Harder.
From the Indians?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the only time he ever struck out 3 times. And, I mean, how has the game changed? Now you just do it 20, 30 times a year.
That's going to happen once a week, right?
Only time in his career he struck out 3 times in 1 game.
Probably wasn't a good interview that day.
No, he probably wasn't happy. Went 0 for 4 against Harder with the 3 strikeouts. So first and second now, 2 outs. Here's Spencer Steer. He's 0 for 2 against Warren. We're in the 5th. It's 3-1 Cincinnati. One and 0. And so pinpoint for the first 4 innings seems a little bit out of sync right now.
Well, he's missed with his breaking ball. He hasn't had his great breaking ball today, but he's had a great 2-seamer, and he's kind of gotten away from it.
And that's challenged.
Well, with his 4-seamer, that ball did look away.
Well, Steer thought
Batter's
so.
telling the strike call.
And Steer was right. By a lot. Two and 1.
Yeah, that's been his go-to today, the 2-seam sinking fastball. And he's tried to kind of mix his breaking ball in, and he's thrown a couple good ones, but a couple of them have just spun right over the plate. Those are the ones that have hurt him.
High fly ball, deep left. Caballero back, track, wall, see ya. A home run for Steer. And that makes it 6-1 Cincinnati.
Well, the start that he got off to, you know, it's just pinpointing his fastball, and then it's like he tried to mix other things in, and he kind of lost at this inning. And the Reds have put together a huge inning. They want a 4-spot up.
And what the Reds are doing is taking care of opportunities. You know, thrown to the wrong base by Dominguez. The drop throw by Rice opened everything up. And they jumped on it.
Well, extra outs at the major league level will usually cost you. And that was a 2-seamer that was not down in the zone. Early in the game, his 2-seamer was automatic, and all of a sudden now he's kind of searching.
Bird pitched yesterday, pitched a 1-2-3 inning. He's getting ready. Backhanded. Volpe from the outfield grass in the dirt, but pinned there by Rice to end the inning. But a big inning for the Reds at 6-1 Cincinnati. Let's turn to Name That Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. All right, so this is a 10. Wow. Started in 1905. I guess that's the beginning of the Yankee franchise, is Rick? And then with the Reds, I don't know. was the Buffalo Blues, 14-15.
Like I'm not waste my mental energy. I'm not going there.
So that would be the Highlanders. The Yankees were called before the Yankees. Yankees behind the 8 ball here. 6-1 they're trailing. As the Reds scored 4 unearned runs in that 5th inning because of the error by Rice. And they scored the 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Not scored an error, but it was a mistake by Dominguez throwing to the wrong base. And the Yankees are down 6-1. Bottom of the order for the Yanks against Abbott. Yankees have just 1 hit, the Goldschmidt home run. Right field, Marte. 1 down.
Well, we talked about Abbott and his resurgence since a tough start, but back to his form like he was last year when he made the All-Star team, and you're seeing why. He said after the Goldschmidt home run, nothing but zeros, only giving up that 1 hit. He's been sharp.
Volpe walked in the 3rd, stole 2nd. His 6th stolen base of the year. One and 2. Abbott had the luxury of having Billy Wagner as a travel ball coach when he was growing up. And he credits Wagner for helping him develop his mentality as a pitcher. He's a pretty good travel coach.
Yeah, Billy Wagner threw hard throwing lefty. You learn a lot from your right-hander. You learn from righties, lefties learn from lefties. It's just a different game depending on which side of the ball you're on.
Oh, single there for Volpe. So he is 10 for his last 17.
Again, I mean, a little big on his first at bat, but kind of staying through the ball a little bit better there. Yesterday, were scrapbook swings just perfect. Just love to see him level through the strike zone and just line drive after line drive.
Here's Ali Sanchez. And there's a base hit to left center field. Volpe will stop at 2nd. So the Yankees back-to-back singles here with 1 out. And moves it to the top of the order in Ben Rice.
Sanchez swinging the bat a lot better. Diaz swinging the bat a lot better as of the last week or so. And, I think he's making a bid to keep this a platoon catching situation when Wells comes back.
Yeah, Sanchez is now 5 for his last 9. So here is Ben Rice. He struggled. First 2 at-bats against Abbott. 0 for 2, fouled out to 3rd and struck out. Opportunity for him to make up for that E3. Lined and caught by Steer. Round number 2. So hit it well, but right at the first baseman.
You got to remember that depending how this game ends up. I mean, this is a huge play. That ball goes down the line. You got a couple runs possibly, and the rally continues. A good swing by Ben Rice. Just bad luck.
Here's Ahmed Rosario. He's 0 for 2. Ground ball to 3rd, ground ball to 2nd. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. 1-0. 27-year-old lefty checks the runner at second and deals. 1-1.
Well, you can tell when a hitter's kind of waiting on a pitch. And if you look at Rosario there, it looked like he was all over that breaking ball, just fouled it back.
One and two.
Impressive from Abbott to go back to that breaking ball again, but he threw a really good one out of the strike zone.
Two and two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Yankees now by 5. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the lefty deals. So the count is full. The runners will go 3-2 and 2 outs.
Yeah, Sanchez on first will be in motion. Will give him a little opportunity if it's a gap or to score.
And they tried to catch the Yankees sleeping, particularly Volpe, but he wasn't biting. Because when you're going 3-2, 2 outs, you wait till the pitch is released.
Yeah, it's not your job to steal the base at that point. You just want to be in motion when the ball is hit.
And there's a ball 4. That'll bring up Goldschmidt. Bases loaded. Well, see what a game day is like from the general manager's viewpoint. You and 3 guests will spend the game in Yankees general manager Brian Cashman's suite, where you'll enjoy premium views, first-class hospitality, and a special greeting displayed on the Yankee Stadium scoreboard. Now, Matt Tracy, the acting pitching coach, goes out and talks with Andrew Abbott, because this is a big spot in the game for the Yankees. Paul Goldschmidt, who really hits lefties very well, had a home run in the first inning, comes up with the bases loaded. Let's take a look at the home run and the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 104.3 off the bat. Just 4 feet under 400. Looking to break the tie with Paul O'Neill and maybe move ahead of Tino with 1 swing.
I'm rooting for him, Mike. I'm telling you. I don't think he's going to stay there in his career, so you might as well get it over with now. Get the Yankees back in the game here.
1-0. Yankees had 1 hit coming into this inning. Now they have the bases loaded, 2 outs, and they're down by 5. One and 1.
It's amazing how pitchers don't forget fastball early in the game, first inning home run. You've seen a breaking ball and a changeup. And another one.
1 and 2. Abbott deals. Push the envelope, but Goldschmidt resisted. Another changeup, 2-2. Bases jammed with the Yankees. And the pitch. Foul.
Again, with his approach, especially with men in scoring position going to right field, he will have to pull that ball foul because he's kind of leaning over the plate, looking away.
He calls time. Well, now a full count, 2 outs, so the runners will go. As I say, you can start the merry-go-round. Crowd getting into it. And the pitch. Strike three, and is challenged by Goldschmidt. He thinks it was ball four. Big challenge here.
And it's challenge, strike call.
Big challenge. And he loses the challenge, and the inning is over as Goldschmidt is down looking. Yankees are out of challenges, and they leave the bases loaded.
Justin Shackle with your Audi update over at Wrigley. Cubs and Blue Jays bottom 2-2-1. Matt Shaw facing Patrick Corbin, and the full count, a fastball way out of there into left field. Shaw's fourth home run of the season, his first since April 29th. The Cubs lead at 3-0 in the top of the fourth. Chicago's won 6 of 8 entering today, Michael.
Thank you, Justin. What happened to The Miz? He allowed 2 runs last night against the Braves. He allowed 1 earned run in the previous 8 starts. Justin Verlander was going to pitch on Sunday, was going to be his first home start this year. Made just 1 start, but injuries have derailed him. Expected to miss weeks. Left hamstring strain. Jack Caglione, last 11 games for the Royals, putting up good numbers. We go to the 6th inning on the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. 6-1 Reds. Now, I was reading a story where Verlander was just torn apart that he wasn't able to start tomorrow, and really hasn't pitched much at all, just the game in March. And he said, I always said that I would play this game until the wheels fell off. He goes, I'm hoping they're not falling off.
Yeah, the wheels might be falling off. It's just amazing how you get to a certain age and you just get things that you didn't get when you were young. He was such a durable starter.
Yeah, same thing's happening with Scherzer in Toronto. So Bird getting ready, throwing alongside Warren, who's on the big mound. Yankees had the opportunity there in the bottom of the 5th, couldn't push across a run. McClain fouls it back.
I think Aaron Boone is going hitter to hitter here with Warren. He had a tough inning. Maybe he could kind of get through this inning and end on a better note than the 4 spot he gave up in the 5th.
And 7 strikeouts for Will Warren. He's allowed 6 runs, but only 2 of them have been earned. And the 2 earned runs also somewhat tainted by a misplay in the outfield, so it has not been a clean game for the Yankees.
No, defensively, but he started off with just probably the best 2-seamer I think he's had all year, and he kind of got away with it, and now he can't get back to it, and he's just trying to figure out. The breaking ball has right there has not been as sharp as it usually is.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Well, it's your chance to have a legendary time along with 15 guests. Watch your favorite players put on the pinstripes again at the 78th Old Timers Day on August 8th. You'll watch from a luxury suite featuring premium amenities, ballpark favorites, and incredible views of the alumni game and ceremony before this year's Bombers take on the Atlanta Braves. Pretty cool. Warren knocks it down, scrambles after it, has time to get Trevino.
You talk about a squibber. That ball had so much spin on it, I don't think Warren knew what to do. Look at that ball. That ball jumped left a foot. Did not panic, though, knowing who's running. He's going to have plenty of time.
They've announced the crowd, 46,089, a sellout here at the stadium on Aaron Judge bobblehead day.
Michael, I got off to Deegan today, and I figured something was going on. I mean, there were people lined up in rows and rows waiting for those bobbleheads.
Right field on the run is Dominguez. He's not going to get there. He'll play it on a hop, so a base hit for Arroyo. He's 2 for 3.
Again, trying to work that breaking ball in the mix, but it just has not been there, especially against the lefties. And if you don't have a big break, the lefties are going to get a good swing at it.
Bunt. It's going to be a tough play. It's going to be a base hit for Blake Dunn.
Well, we saw Dunn beat out that double play. We saw his speed, and again, it's pretty evident that he can get down the line.
Yeah, he's the 10th fastest sprint speed in all baseball, 29.8 feet per second. And he got down to first in a hurry, so a bunt single, and that's going to knock Will Warren out. With Blade coming up, they call the bullpen. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at Genesis.com. By the New York Lottery. Play today and start imagining you'll win. And by Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. Big Red Machine and Bronx Bombers side by side. They've appeared in 3 World Series together. Yankees have won 2 of them. Most recent one, the Reds won in 1976. Tim Hill will come on first and second, 2 outs, and face J.J. Bleday.
You've seen the picture of Ken Griffey. He ended up being with the Yankees. Wore both uniforms.
So TJ and Tone heating up. Yankees wouldn't mind seeing Abbott out of the game. So Hill quickly ahead, 0-2.
The strangest thing the other day, Michael, with Tim Hill coming in, getting ahead and hitting 2 back-to-back guys. Never happened in his career. I think he hit 2 guys once, but not back-to-back.
And they both wanted the bunt.
Yeah, exactly.
That was close, but the Yankees don't have any challenges left. Grounded foul.
Yeah, I do remember this. It's Ken Griffey Jr. or Ken Griffey. One of the best catches I've seen. He's climbing the wall, catching it over the wall. I remember watching that on a highlight reel. I'm like, I mean, that is unbelievable. Propels himself off the wall, brings it back.
Left center field, going to be a long run, and Caballero runs it down and saves 2 runs. Caballero, so versatile. You could play him anywhere. He got a jump, reached up, and made the play to retire Bleday and get out of the 6th inning. What a play by Caballero. You ever wanted to go inside the Yankees broadcast booth? Join the Yes Network team from Viewpoint behind home plate at Yankee Stadium. You and 3 guests will enjoy a tour of the booth, and you'll also receive an autographed bat by 2 of our teammates, Paul O'Neill and Todd Frazier.
Not a bad place to watch the game, though.
No, a great place to watch the game. Cody Bellinger leads off the bottom of the 6th. How would you not want to be in this great booth?
Sitting
right here, there's a spot.
Sitting right here next to you.
Yep, and you. One and one. Bellinger struck out twice against Andrew Abbott. Bellinger Dominguez and Caballero. Fouled away.
This curveball's been really good today. He left that one on the inner half, which is a danger zone against a lefty. Cody Bellinger had a huge swing.
And the count is full of 3-2. Up the middle and a base hit for Cody Bellinger. He'll make the turn, stop right there, leadoff single for the Yankee center field.
What a great at bat. I mean, he ended up getting a fastball, tried to jam him with the fastball. He just waffled it up the middle. But you know what was amazing to me? He knew where the center fielder was playing. You know, I could tell when he came out of the box thinking a double right there. Most people hit it up the middle. You know, you jog to first because you know it's a base hit. He knew where the center fielder was over on the left side. He was thinking double. So where the center fielder's playing here, and watch go to it. He knows exactly where he is. Thinks maybe I got a shot here. This isn't a base hit up the middle. I'm just going to jog to first. So just little things that he does just impress you day after day.
It seems like such a trite phrase, but he's a baseball player.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows how to play the game the right way.
I don't really, I've said it many times, I don't really know how to say other than that he's just a baseball player. Every aspect of the game, it seems like he's doing well.
Dominguez picks up a base hit, batting from the right side, so back-to-back singles to open up the 6th inning. First and second, nobody out for the Yanks.
Well, again, you had Abbott on the line last inning. He got out of it again. You put pressure on him. Sooner or later, you hope that this Yankee offense can break through. I think it's much better so far this year from the right side as far as swinging the bat against lefties. It's going to be it for Abbott.
He's 7 for 20 against lefties this year. So here comes the veteran Terry Francona. Takes the ball from Andrew Abbott. Now he's going to try to finish this game off out of the bullpen. Long way to go. Time for the Allstate Good Hands replay, Paul.
Well, you can't really explain enough how hard this is to move from position to position. He runs this down. That's how the inning ended. Caballero with a great play out in the left center field.
And here he is as the Yankees trying to rally in a game they're trailing 6-1. TJ Antone. Last 11 appearances, he allows just 1 run. And a strike. 0.84 ERA over his last 11 games. He's holding righties to a 186 average this year, 149 for his career. Weird bunt, kind of late. Ball way outside and foul back.
Yeah, so Francona thinking, you know, I got to stop this with Caballero, but with Antone coming in, now you've got him facing Jazz as a left-hander on deck. So that's so cool in this lineup that, you know, you can spread your lefties and your righties out.
Popped up. And the catch is made. Very odd by Brian O'Nora. He did not call infield fly rule, and then at the last moment he put his hand up because he knew it was a tough play. Antone is part of a club that's not a club that a pitcher wants to join, Paul. 3-time Tommy John surgery survivor.
3 times?
Yeah. He joins Jason Isringhausen and Johnny Venters as the 3rd pitcher to make it back to the majors after 3 Tommy John surgeries. Here's Jazz. Yankees have 3 lefties on the bench: McMahon, Escara, and Spencer Jones. And Brock Burke is getting ready. One of 3 lefties for the Reds. Antone, 32 years old, 5th big league season. Antone acknowledges this is my last chance, he said, because no one's going to sign a guy with 4 Tommy Johns. It's such an arduous rehab. Can you imagine? You get that word again, 2nd time, and then the 3rd time.
You're looking at 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically a minimum of a year. It's been nothing but breaking balls. This one here up in the strike zone.
And on his hand. He has his hand off to the side, but not behind the back. So if it's off to the side, it's very much in play, and that's where the foul ball hit him. And when there are runners on base, some catchers are reluctant to put it totally behind them.
So Laz Diaz trying to give him a little extra time if he needs it.
Popped up behind the plate. Trevino giving it a look, and it comes down in his glove for out number 2.
Jazz
surprised that stayed in there.
Yeah, Jazz can't believe it. He's staring up there thinking, what happened? He thought that ball was clearly in the stands. It came straight back to Trevino, and he's kind of reaching it, hoping it does not catch the net.
Antone likes that it stayed in. So he's gotten 2 quick outs. Here's Anthony Volpe, 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. One and 0. Volpe has the average up to 274, OPS 777.
Antone, you're talking about his Tommy John surgeries. He hasn't thrown a fastball yet. It's been breaking ball after breaking ball. Sometimes that affects the elbow.
Fly ball right field. Marte will put it away. Good job by Antone as he gets the 3 Yankees, and they leave 2 on base. We go to the 7th. This Copperhead telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Now, Tim Hill gets the 1 out on a nice play by Caballero. Now Jake Bird comes on. We'll face 3, 4, and 5 in the Reds order, starting with Sal Stewart. A strike. Reds have taken advantage of a couple of misplays by the Yankees and have the 6 runs on the board against the Yankees' 1 run. And that 1 run came with 2 outs in the 1st inning, a solo home run off the bat of Paul Goldschmidt.
You're looking at a guy right here responsible. 3 RBIs so far on the day from Stewart.
2-run double, sac fly last time up. And that's a line drive to Rice and played perfectly. 1 away. 1 away. There's Nathaniel Lowe. 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Scored on Steer's 3-run home run, which really was a killer for the Yanks. Take a look at the Yankees bullpen budget, brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. No one's gone back-to-back recently, so everybody Seems like they're in play. 1-2. Drops the breaking ball in there. So, Paul, let's go back to 1983.
83.
All right.
Time capsule 83. All right.
Bobby Mercer sitting in a hotel room, Yankee road trip. Phone rings. No cell phones then. Hotel phone.
Right.
Picks up. It's George Steinbrenner.
Uh-oh.
And he said, okay, here's the deal. He goes, if you retire right now, tomorrow you're in the Yankee broadcast booth. I'm going to call up this kid Mattingly. He said, 20 minutes to make the decision, hung up. 20 minutes to decide your future.
Whether your career's over.
Right. Probably scrambling to get Kay on the phone, ask her, what the deal is. And, well, 20 minutes later, George calls back. Bobby goes, okay, I'll take it. And they call up Mattingly. And the next day, Bobby Mercer is in the broadcast booth with the Yankees, where he became a mainstay.
Wow. What a story.
Base hit for Lowe. Now, Mattingly had been up and down, but when he got called up when Bobby retired, that was it. He never went down again. Bobby had quite a career, and he had 19 seasons as a Yankee broadcaster after he made that decision in 20 minutes.
He was your fave, wasn't
he? Yes, he was. And he just proved that, young Michael Kay had great taste because he was an unbelievable guy.
Well, we all had the pleasure of working with him in the booth. He was.
And boy, did he love the Yankees. So his years in San Francisco and Chicago, he suffered through them, but he was thrilled that he got back to the Yanks.
He didn't really sugarcoat it in San Francisco.
No. Hated Candlestick Park. Steer pops it up. Dominguez puts it away. Out number 2. Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to t2t.org. Speaking of Mattingly, he's doing a pretty good job with the Phillies.
Well, you made a huge change. The Phillies were too good of a team to get off to the start they did. And, it just seemed like you needed some kind of change. And, Donnie's a good guy. He's a good baseball guy. You know that. He's been around great teams, great managers. He's managed before, so it just seemed like a good fit. And so far, so good.
Popped up. Jazz battling the sun, retires Morte. That'll do it at the top of the 7th. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. At the end of 6 1/2, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees trail the Reds 6-1, but we're going to stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise, remove your caps, and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Private First Class John Kuchta from Stratford, Connecticut, who served in Vietnam. The Yankees say thank you, John, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
It's Justin and Dylan with your Ford Studio update. And Dylan, pitchers need to make pitches. We know that, but the Yankees defense didn't make it easy on Will Warren in the third and the fifth today.
Yeah, you look at the two mistakes in the third. Jason Dominguez makes a great play, but doesn't double up or roll you up at second base. And then in the fifth inning, to start the inning, Rice doesn't catch the ball, which ends up leading to 4 extra runs, putting the Yankees on a 6-1 hole.
We'll see if the Yankees can put a rally together. We'll be with you on the postgame. Right now, let's go back to Michael and Paul.
Thank you, guys. You see the game summary. Yankees are trailing 6-1. 4 of the runs by the Reds unearned. The other 2, a little asterisk on them. Will Warren gives up 2 earned runs in 5 2/3. He did strike out 8. Yankee offense, Paul Goldschmidt solo home run in the first inning. Ford scoreboard, 6-1 Reds. Antone's still out there. And pinch hitting for Ali Sanchez is Spencer Jones. The 1-0. Big cut, 1-1.
It didn't get cheated, does it?
Never does. Ryan Yarborough up for the Yanks. One and 2.
Well, again, when you see a lot of swing and misses from Jones, they're either high fastballs under his hands or the breaking ball off the plate in. He's going to really have to work on that inside corner.
Well, he keeps throwing breaking balls. Antone is definitely testing that third Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, there's a reason for that sometimes, and it's breaking ball after breaking ball. That's all we've seen.
And another one, 3 and 2. I did the job in the 6th, first and second, nobody out for the Yanks, and he got the 3 batters he faced. Stays alive.
What happens when you're a pitcher and you rely on your breaking ball. You get to a 3-2 count, you stick with the breaking ball, but you throw a different one. You throw a get me over one, and that ball right there, middle of the plate, lucky he's getting another one.
Strike 3. He throws a fastball there and got the outside corner. Jones down looking. Well, make Rice the main dish of your memorabilia collection. Scoop up this signed baseball from Ben Rice. It's sure to be a home run. And again, a QR code right there on the right. Here's Ben Rice. He is 0 for 3. And a strike. Ground ball. Stewart. 2 down.
All of a sudden, you break down the game. They've had a few opportunities to really get back in this game, and both times they weren't able to even play to run. So, Yankees running out of outs here, bottom of the 7th.
There's Ahmed Rosario, 0 for 2 with a walk against the lefty Andrew Abbott. One and 0. Ground ball, shortstop. Booted by McClain. allowing Rosario to reach. That'll be an E6.
That looked like an easy play, just off the heel of his glove. It's going to be an extremely easy inning for Antone to get out of. Now you got an extra hitter in Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, can the Yankees now capitalize on a mistake by the Reds? Breaking ball misses inside, 1-0. Goldschmidt had the bases loaded, 2 outs in the 5th inning. Struck out looking, challenged the strike 3 call, but it was upheld. Tap slowly, right side. Can he beat it out? Nope, Arroyo makes the play, and that'll do it. So the Yankees strand 1, we go to the 8th. Well, make your favorite players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star Ballot daily, or visit MLB.com/vote. Now, J.C. Escarra takes over behind the plate. Hyundai scoreboard 6-1, Reds over the Yankees. And the new pitcher for the Yankees is Ryan Yarbrough. Had a 3-inning save on Tuesday. Bottom of the order, here's Matt McClain. 7-8-9 for the Reds. And a strike from Yarbrough. Line drive, it's a base hit. So McClain leads off with a single. We've got a lot of changes defensively, Paul. I know you're going to want to know this. Bellinger moves from center to left. Spencer Jones, who pinch hit for Sanchez, stays in and plays center field. And Caballero, who was in left field, moves to third base to replace Rosario. And we told you about Escarra behind the plate. And Trevino takes the strike.
Well, the Reds with 10 hits today, and you wondered with Flittler the way he threw the ball last night. I mean, what type of team they were offensively. Just goes to show you how dominant he was last night.
This could be 2. Nice play by Volpe. There's 1 on to first. Not in time.
A circus play by Anthony Volpe would just have the ability to get rid of this ball after he knocks down. Ball hit hard and just kind of flip it up. That's just knowing where you are. Jazz not quite to the base yet, but they do get the first out. What a play.
Looks like Jazz is playing with old-time spikes. Usually he's got colorful spikes on. These look like old Yankee spikes, black spikes. Line drive, it's a base hit in front of Bellinger in left field. So Arroyo having a day. Came in hitting 190, now he's 3 for 4.
Well, it's all about confidence in a young player. If you look at Jazz's, look like the Oakland Raiders right there. A little silver and black.
The Vegas Raiders.
Well, like I said, it's old. They look old school. That's it. I have trouble with change, Michael.
I know.
That out?
It's tough.
I'm still saying Indians to the Guardians. Oakland. Can we call the A's Oakland? Are they?
No, not even allowed to call them Sacramento.
You're not allowed.
They're just the Athletics.
Oh, okay. They play somewhere in California, right?
Yes, West Sacramento.
Yeah, what do we call those?
Sweet kicks.
Yeah. Like they cut off a freeway cone and stuck him on his feet.
You going to be here on July 3rd, Paul?
Absolutely.
Oh, you and I watching the fireworks together?
No doubt.
Nice.
Blanket on the field. Yes.
Fouled away. Always thought about giving Rayos a try? Well, we know a guy. Enjoy an unforgettable dining experience at one of America's most historic and exclusive restaurants with a reservation for 4 guests on Tuesday, October 13th at 6:30 p.m. So this is our second Rayos.
It's still top of my list, Michael. It came early in the game, and I haven't changed my mind.
Has a base hit to left field. Bellinger comes up throwing as Trevino will stop at third. So 3 singles in the inning against Yarborough, and the Reds have the bases loaded with 1 out.
Yarborough trying to get that ball out, and it hits too much of the plate. Gets smacked to left field, but Cody Bellinger, you know, this is so much fun as an outfielder. You kind of peek up, you know he's not going, but you go ahead and just practice the throw anyway, right on the money.
The Yankees bring the infield in for Blade. And the breaking ball misses inside, 1-0. There's a strike. Swing and a miss, 1-2. We're in the 8th inning at 6-1 Reds. They're trying to put it away right now. The Yankees have had their opportunities, but have not been able to come up with a big hit. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Yarborough as Blade goes down on strikes out number 2.
Yeah, by getting ahead in the count, he was able to stick with that curveball just time and time again. Last one probably being the best ones. He's starting behind that hip and ending out on the outer half. The spin of that baseball, that's all you see, Michael, is that spin. You just wonder how far it's going to break.
Here's Sal Stewart with 3 ribbies in this game. Infield backs up with 2 outs. And the pitch is high, 1-0. Six, 12-2 for Cincinnati. 1-5-1 for the Yanks. That one misses. 2-0. No place to put Stewart. And Sal calls time. 50 RBIs for Stewart in his rookie season. And that one just clips the outside corner. 2-1. Bases loaded with Reds. Lanky lefty deals. Good changeup way out in front, 2-2. Driven into left center field. That's going to be trouble. It splits the outfielders and goes all the way to the wall. All 3 runners will score. Stewart, have yourself the day with 6 RBIs. And the Reds now lead 9-1.
Well, it's kind of tricky. I mean, break a ball, then a changeup, a good one, and then he was going to try to sneak a fastball in. A lot of times that doesn't work. Ball's supposed to be up in the strike zone, kind of down a little bit, allows him to just swat it into left field, kind of break this game wide open.
Yeah, rookie with 6 ribbies in one game.
I mean, we talked to yesterday. I mean, he got a late start to the year, too. It was in the end of April when they called him up. And, you know, he's got numbers that are leading the team.
Dane Myers pinch hitting for Nathaniel Lowe. Unless they rally, the Yankees have their work cut out for them to win this series because Chase Burns gets a start tomorrow. Now, the Yankees send out Garrett Cole. That's pretty nice, too. But Burns is 8-1 with a 2.01 ERA.
Yeah, that's a great pitching matchup. Garrett Cole throwing the ball well. Chase Burns just dealing. He, I think, broke in against the Yankees in Cincinnati. Yeah. I think we called that game together, Michael.
There's a strike to Myers. And here's the Home Depot working on a win pitching matchup. 95 strikeouts in 80 2/3 innings for Chase Burns. And you see the numbers for Cole, 2-1, 2.57. All starts at 1 tomorrow. First pitch right around 135.
Give or take a couple.
I'd bet on 135. I want a tight ship here. Nubbed it foul. Given the left field, on the run is Bellinger, and he's going to play it off the base of the wall. So Myers with a pinch hit RBI double. He just gets in ahead of the tag. Scoring is Stewart, and the Reds lead 10-1.
Again, trying to hit that outside corner and getting too much of the plate, which allows ball to be hammered off the wall. Good throw by Bellinger. Almost got him at second base. You know, I was just looking at the scoreboard, Michael. 2 outs in this inning. Yarbrough had a 3 ERA. I'm thinking he gets this out. He's in the 2s, and you know, that's something to be proud of this day and age. After 3 batters later, he's up to 4.33 with the home run and now the double.
It's unforgiving for relief pitchers. You have 1 bad inning, and it takes weeks, sometimes months, to whittle that back down to respectability. Oh, 0-2 as Steer swings through the change. In the 8th inning, 10-14-2, leading 1-5-1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss through the change. That'll do it for 4 runs for the Reds. They lead 10-1. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees, and by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Yankees have some climbing to do on the Hyundai scoreboard. They're down by 9 as we start the bottom of the 8th inning. Brock Burke has come on, one of the 3 lefties in the Reds bullpen, and Bellinger fouls it back. Most appearances in the National League with 36. Bellinger, Dominguez, and Caballero. Here in the 8th. And a strike. The only problem that Burke has with his game, he walks too many people. He has a 14.9 walk percentage, 9th highest in the National League. He's good at stopping lefties, though. Lefties at 186 against him. Got a World Series ring in 2023 with the Texas Rangers. Made 1 appearance in the ALDS and in the World Series. Ground ball through for base hit. Bellinger continues to hit well against left-handers. His uniform number may be retired, but this jersey is signed by Derek Jeter, and it could be yours. Add this piece of pinstriped history from the captain, the champion, the Hall of Famer, and the Yankees' all-time hits leader to your collection. That's a great item. So I got a Jeter story. So in the booth, we have a picture of the core 4. And through the years, Andy's been up here. Posada's been up here. And Mo's been up here.
Right.
And they signed the picture.
So you had 1 missing.
So we had that 1 missing. Ground ball and through for base hit. Another right-handed base hit for Dominguez as Bellinger goes to 3rd.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Audrey just brought it over. I see what you're talking about now.
All right, so when Posada signed it, he saw that the Jeter one was vacant.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's nobody closer to Jeter than Posada. Right. And he said to somebody in the booth, good luck getting that one. Well, Derek was up here with Alex and David Ortiz. They were going to do that game that was going to be on Fox and ended up getting rained out. So 1st and 3rd for the Yankees, nobody out. And no one, I mean, you don't want to bother somebody who's working. Nobody said to Derek, can you sign this? And no one from Yes was up here. Fox took over the booth. So Derek was walking around during the rain delay and saw that he was the only one that didn't sign it, got a Sharpie, and signed it.
So better take care of this.
Yeah, he took care of himself. Ground it, 3rd base. There's 1. The throw is high.
That's real high, Michael. Wow.
Well, that allows Bellinger to. Bellinger would have scored nonetheless, but it probably allows Caballero to go to 2nd, I would think. So Caballero is going to get an RBI. Yankees get their 2nd. And yes, he will take 2nd, so it'll be a throwing error. And there's a tilted.
There you go. Michael, you're really getting good as a stage manager up here, you know that?
Maybe Archie should do play-by-play.
Good time to try. It's 10-2.
Pretty nice of Derek to do that, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously the core four is something that, you know, they came up together. They were, a lot of people don't give the Yankees enough credit during that run where, you know, a lot of those were hometown guys drafted by the Yankees.
Oh, what a play by the second baseman Arroyo, battling the sun and hauling it in. Looked like he had no chance as Chisholm is retired.
This is right at the end of this play. You start getting a little nervous as an infielder, kind of fighting the sun, and then all of a sudden it's a dead sprint.
Runner at second, 2 outs. Volpe, and the ground ball up the middle, stopped by Burke, and he gets Volpe. The Yankees get 1 run. We go to the 9th. I was trying to name that Yankee. This goes back a ways. I'm going to take a guess and say Hal Chase. Let's see if I'm right. How about that? Now I dare them to have video of Hal.
You know what? The vault wasn't even around when they had Hal.
No, they don't have any stuff in the vault. He's widely regarded as the best defensive first baseman of his time. Had stolen bases, 248 with the Yanks. Successfully challenged baseball's reserve clause in 1914, and he was blackballed from the American League. And his career ended in 1920 because of a gambling scandal. Well, we have a position player on the mound, Max Schumann. We'll try to get these 3 outs.
You know, this is where Acuna went the other night with the White Sox, just lobbing it in there. I think that, you know, they're starting to figure out that trying to strike people out at 78, 85, if you're not an everyday pitcher, you're just better off lobbing it in there and taking your chances.
That's not the route you took when you pitched.
Yeah, and an arm problem too. But the only problem with lobbing it in there, it's very hard to control. But you're used to, you know, putting a little something on it. Even at the major league level, I mean, you have great control if you're throwing it in your normal speed.
This is the first career pitching appearance for Schumann.
There's the release point. He better watch the balk, though. You're not getting much of a pause there.
That was 47 miles an hour. Now, the general feeling is that hitters don't like hitting against this because you can't win, right?
You really can't. If you hit a home run, it's like somebody else was pitching, and if you don't, you don't mind if you hit a ball, all right, whatever. But you can never get to 2 strikes and with the possibility of striking out. It's just not good.
A little volley floater action to it.
Yeah, that was 41.
He's throwing below the speed limit.
I think a scar is getting him on the way throwing it back to the mound. It's got better velocity, right?
And that's a beautiful play there by Caballero. There's one, and not in time with the return.
Well, Caballero has made some good defensive plays. One in left field and one here. Well, you forget about him, but this is a tremendous play.
So here's Trevino. Lofts it into left center field. And Bellinger makes the play. You know, you've been bidding on all these auction items, which I mean, the Yankee Foundation does such an unbelievable job, a charitable arm of the New York Yankees, and they pour it right back into the community. The auction ends. Just want everybody to know it's 6 p.m. today. 6 p.m. Arroyo is having himself a day. He picks up his 4th hit of the game. A line drive single to center as McLean moves to second. Again, it ends at 6 p.m. New York Yankees Grand Slam auction. Great stuff. We hope that if you have the disposable income that you could bid on some of those things, and it goes a long way.
So if basically, if I don't hear by like 6:01, my invitation to
You're out.
is probably not there, right?
You're out like the handles on a truck. Wonder what would happen if you and Neville just walk up to Rayo's, knock on the door.
You know what they tell me? Go to the grocery store. The sauce is there.
High fly ball. Bellinger is there. And how about Matt Schumann with a scoreless ninth inning in his first pitching appearance in the majors. Well, fans, after the final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. Unless we have a very unlikely rally here, the Yankees and the Reds will split the first two games of the series. And Chase Petty comes on to try to get the final 3 outs. And as we told you, we have a heck of a pitching matchup tomorrow. Chase Burns against Garrett Cole.
I looked at that picture, Michael. I got the little guy with the Coors Light. I'm like, wait a minute. Then the mother came into the picture. All right.
Spencer Jones against Chase Petty. Yankees trail 10-2, bottom of the ninth inning. They won yesterday 5-0. One and one. Now, he swings with such ferocity, Paul. If you were advising, would you say, okay, do that, but on 2 strikes, change?
I don't know that you can. I mean, there's certain guys in your lineup that you look for contact, and there's certain guys in your lineup you look for home runs. And, you know, that's been his whole thing. You know, hit 40 home runs in the major leagues. We'll take the strikeouts.
Two. And the count is full.
You know what he has done much better, Michael, is kind of staying in the strike zone, especially with the ball away. The ball inside is still kind of a hole there under his hands, but the ball away, he's been taking a lot of those pitches off.
Now, I've spoken with Boone about him, and he said, I like his approach, and he has a good feel of the strike zone. He really does. And as you said, he's identifying the pitches outside. And that one is fouled off, not handled by Trevino.
Again, I mean, he's a back leg hitter, which, you know, he just spins on the ball as big as he is, and as long as his swing, he creates so much power. It's all about contact.
High fly ball. Way up there. Done. One down. Check out the Mercedes-Benz Road Ahead. One more game against the Reds. Our coverage starts at 1. Game time 1:35. Then the Yankees are on to Detroit for 3. And then Boston for 4. So a week-long road trip to 2 cities. There's Ben Rice. He is 0 for 4. And a strike. Oh, 2. Yankees had their chances in the 5th inning, bases loaded, and a strikeout of Goldschmidt. So 3 runners left on. In the 6th inning, 1st and 2nd, nobody out. They don't score. 2 runners left on.
And you look at Rice at the plate. You remember that line drive he hit with a couple men on that was snagged at first base. It could have been a big inning. Ended up getting nothing.
That was in the 5th. If you look out over the big board in left center field, it almost looks like the beginning of The Simpsons.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah,
it's hard to see it there. There's the better angle. Yep. Two and two. The Simpsons.
Big Homer fan.
My kids love it. Two. 3-2 on Rice. Swing and a miss. And a rough day for Rice as he is 0 for 5. 2 down, and here's the pitch. He's a Cy Young winner, the Yankees ace, and he's back on the bump. Now you can take home a piece of history with a signed baseball from Garrett Cole. So here's J.C. Escara. Oh and 1. One. I love this about baseball. It's a total meritocracy. It could be 10-2. Nobody's giving it a bat away.
No
way.
It counts.
Yeah.
This guy's fighting for his job right now. Every at bat shows up in the box score in the back of your baseball card.
And a good at bat for Escara as he picks up a single. And that'll bring up Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt had that home run in the first. He's 1 for 4. Not holding Escara. He's going to take off. Strike. Escara takes second. Defensive indifference. One and 1. Chase Petty on to try to get the final 3 outs. Andrew Abbott will get the win. He'll go to 5 and 4 if the Reds hold on. Two and 1. Once again, we thank each and every one of you that has been bidding in the Grand Slam auction, which benefits the Yankee Foundation. I hope that you got what you bid for. And again, the bidding closes at 6 p.m. High fly ball right field. Marte is there, and this will do it as the Reds beat the Yankees 10-2. Rough defense by the Yankees on a couple plays led to some unearned runs, and the Yankees end up losing this one by 8.
Yeah, Warren really got off to a great start, and then all of a sudden the Reds blew it open, and the Yankees were just not able to get anything going offensively. Always tomorrow, Michael.
Reds 10-2 over the Yankees. We take a look at the game-changing drive of the game brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3.
All right, we'll go back to the 5th inning. Spencer Steer, his 12th home run of the year. Kind of shocked the Yankees.
And now the Chevy player of the game, Paul.
And a big game. Sal Stewart, 2-run double. He ended a 3-run double for 5 RBIs on the day. It's definitely your player of the game.
pair broke down 10-15-3, beating 2-8-1. Time of the game just under 3 hours. Abbott the win. Warren his second loss. Stewart with a 6 RBI day. Warren went 5 2/3. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the W.B. Mason postgame show with Justin Shackle and Dylan Betances. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Michael Cooney, Mike Webb, and our executive producer is Jared Ames Bosnack. Join us again tomorrow as the Yankees wrap up their homestand with the finale against the Reds. Coverage begins at 1 p.m. on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 1:30. Again, the final score is the Cincinnati Reds 10 and the New York Yankees 2. For Paul O'Neill and Emmanuel Berbari, I'm Michael Kay saying see ya from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Now let's go to Justin Shackle and Dylan Betances, who are standing by in our Yes Network studios with the postgame show. Guys?